I just woke up. Gotta power wash stuff before I go back to sleep. You know, I wonder how much of the game is DLC achievements. Like by percentage. So I'm looking, and there was actually an achievement at the end of the game where once everything is done, if you put the gnome on the top of the temple, you could have gotten an achievement. And here I am just throwing them off cliffs and stuff. If I get bored. If I get bored, I'll get these achievements that I missed. So it's fine. It's fine. Oh, and here's some achievements from the other DLCs. That's cool. Boop, let's get started. Boop, ba-doop, ba-doop, bop, bop, ba. Wait. There we go. So we still have some seasonals to do. Specifically, so we've got the ice rink and Santa's workshop. I might do the ice rink in January, actually. But we left off like 2 weeks ago on this job trying to get this potion factory cleaned out. So I guess we're popping back in here. Yeah. It also looks like we left off on this wheel, so back to where we go. Well, I focus on waking up. I got some stuff to do anyway afterwards. It's fine. Everything is fine. main.exe is still booting up. Please wait. I almost canceled the stream because I had a very busy day. So, yeah. Hello, Zero. How's it going? What you doing? What's up? My busy day was exhausting, actually, so I'm online, but only for, like, maybe half the time. Whenever I finish this workshop, I'm calling it for a stream. I meant, like, I'm online as in, like, streaming. Yeah. My phone always surprises me with that notification. Today I fixed a computer that refused to boot, and it was the most annoying thing ever because it kept throwing different, like, signals on what the problem was, so I had to, like, eventually figure it out. So in addition to getting, like, 3 hours of sleep last night, I also had to, like, get woken up multiple times today. No, it was not my computer. It was a friend's. So if Shrek has a happily ever after spell, the question is, what am I going to do about it? The possibilities are almost endless. I thought she said the possibilities are almost boneless. I'll get some sleep. As soon as we're done here. I wanted to do something other than, metaphor. Blah. A boneless ending just sounds like something you can order at a winged shop. Would you try a boneless ending? No, you know what that sounds like? You know what that sounds like? A date where you don't have to do anything afterwards. I too would be down. Do you mean like splaying out after a long day on the bed and just like collapsing into basically turning into a big potato? That's the best. I totally feel that. Sometimes I like to wrap myself in a blanket, pretend I'm a big potato, and then I make potato puns. Like if someone needs me, I'm like, well, you better have something to do about it. I carb not believe you woke me up. Okay, that is fair. I have too many plushies and I got like 3 more this month. Well, this past month. You're starting to make me laugh. That's a good one. You laugh more if you're baked. Also, what is this? Prehistoric water cooler with a toilet paper holder on it. Actually, it's more like paper towel. There's no cups. How did this work? You were confusing. It's a weird water fountain, like... They got that from freaking medieval Temu. Hey, if it's not hygienic, I can just use it in my power washer. Problem solved. So I like the medieval aesthetic. It's definitely unique. I like futuristic and medieval, but it really depends on how you do it. Like, the medieval aesthetic from Metaphor really appeals to me because you're using these awesome powers in basically a medieval-ish setting. And I think it's really cool. But also the vibe that you get from, like, Phantasy Star Online and other futuristic games. I like it. It's the modern day, interestingly enough, that I don't really find super interesting. If I could choose a power, what would I choose? Probably regeneration, honestly. Because, like, if you get injured, you can just heal it up. That would include, limb regeneration, though, as well. Because the amount of times I have, as a clumsy person, gotten myself injured by accident, and I wish I could just heal it up. Astronomical. I would hope it would cover immortality. Maybe then I can finally learn and develop all the skills needed to actually work again. Because it seems like people want you to be like between the ages of 20 and 25 with 30 years of experience. And it's like, yes, in my past life I was also doing this job and I remember everything from it. Things are wild. Hello, Pain! Welcome! Hope I get a job. Money is nice. I'm okay. I just woke up from a nap. Because I was busy all day. And I thought, you know what? Let's finish this mission that I've been sitting on forever. You didn't hear it, but I sneezed. I feel like water is kind of a theme at this point, isn't it? Room! Potion room! I don't know what that was, though. I became a goblin in Red Potion Room and just was like, ooh, nice. I can read. I have literacy. It's a Christmas miracle. Sometimes I wonder if it's actually considered a miracle for an American to have literacy at all. I would say it's a skill. At the very least. How do you clean a plant? Like, plants rely on dirt. How do you clean it? Makes no sense unless it's artificial. Danger! No running! Swiper, no swiping. Is it snowing yet? About that. I don't think I've seen snow in like... When was the last time I saw snow? I want to say like 10 years ago. I'm looking at the comment section, the chat, and I am so YouTube minded when I call it the comment section. I'm looking at chat and responding while adding in anything that I'm observing about the game. So my mind is hopping all over the place between responding to you guys and this game of cleaning plants somehow. Wonder if I would be considered authorized personnel. Yeah, probably. Wait, so if you just live in Brazil your whole life, do you never get to see snow? I mean, you're not missing out, but it's a sensation altogether. You don't forget it. Oh, you saw it in Chile. Did you see it there because it was chilly there? Joke was funny. Oh, that's nice. Skiing's fun. At least it looks like it's fun. I've never actually done it because I've always been too scared of getting myself hurt. So, you know, having regeneration as a superpower would definitely help with taking riskier actions that could lead to fun consequences. I just need to do the pizza and the french fries. Is that like a skiing technique, or are you telling me how to make food? Because I can make food, no problem. I can follow directions. Are there skiing techniques called the pizza and the french fries? Are y'all just hungry? What's next? A skiing technique called the gravy, the roasted ham. I feel like the roasted ham would just be falling over and then rolling down the hill. Because you're just like a roasted ham falling down the hill. Baby beluga whale witch. Yes! Speaking of food. Okay, frosted ham makes a lot more sense. It's a dish best served cold. Like revenge. You look like you're staring off in the distance at a ghostly grilled cheese. Is this just gonna be the food stream? I'm not complaining. I mean, grilled cheese is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I've never understood why they call it baby back ribs. Do they actually come from, like, a baby animal, or... Are they just called that because the person who made the recipe Was an infant. What's going on with that? Chocolate glaze steak. That is an interesting recipe. That feels sacrilege. Then again, there were dishes where I put chocolate syrup in them and it was a noodle paste dish. I have interesting recipes. Oddly enough, it works. Is butt a food? Technically, donkey is a food, yes. Not the one from Shrek, though. Isn't there a type of meat based off of donkeys? Not enough grease. This is a potion shop. It's not like a factory where you make like food. So there's grime, but there's no grease. There's also somehow bird poo on an indoor facility. What? You know what? I've learned to stop asking questions. There are literal rocks on drills you have to clean off, and it's harder than, like, stains. To be fair, I feel like the dragon from Shrek could probably fit the donkey in her mouth. Reliable transportation. Excuse me while I shrink real quick. Honey, I shrunk the VTuber. Blubber nuggets, they're chewy. I feel like you would get that from a whale. Wait, what if you use the fat from a whale as a cooking ingredient? Or you used it to fry stuff in, like beef tallow. But it's like whale tallow. Hold on, chat. Let's cook, literally. I wonder how many of these recipes are just abominations to mankind. And how much are just ideas that we're creating that the world isn't ready for yet. Not sure what a Kentucky Klondike bar would be, though. Like a Klondike bar from Kentucky? What makes it different? Is it deep fried? Is it just a Klondike bar deep fried in 11 herbs and spices and sold at KFC? Like, that would probably be the most interesting taste ever. Are there pigeons in there? I have not seen a single pigeon. I haven't seen anything else alive in here besides myself, actually. Like most of the missions. Hickory smoked horse butts in a cup. You know, that doesn't even surprise me all that much because there are some dishes where they use interesting parts from an animal and just cook them up. But those recipes I'm designating to not my flavor and not my cup of tea. If I was in Britain, I could have just said cuppa. Left it at that. What am I on about cheese? Very, very interesting concepts, I suppose. Or something, I don't know. Oh, that was easy. Did you guys hear about Danny DeVito's OnlyFans? I have not. But there's definitely a subsect of people that would be into that. I am not one of them. Hey, Muffin. I don't know what's going on with chat, but we're having an interesting conversation. Kind of all over the place. Oh yeah, you said DeVito's. I didn't notice that. I mean, Doritos' original flavor is nacho cheese, right? That's just fitting to the Cheese Leviathan name. So yeah. It's nacho cheese, it's my cheese. And the cheese that hurts you is called Parmesan cheese. It deals 420 damage per second. That man is short, brown, and ready to clown. I don't know who we're talking about, but clowns are sometimes terrifying and sometimes unsettling. All times, not my flavor. That's why there's so many horror games based around them, huh? Mr. DeVito's Crusty Doritos just sounds interesting. It sounds like an adult parody of a Doritos collab. That could be a gamer subs flavor. I can totally see them selling that. Was Appealing Class a bot? Or were they saying something weird? Oh, but usually they comment and then they go, kick rocks for the rest of eternity. So I'm not that concerned about banning them. You can if you want to, but it's really not going to make that much of a difference. You don't have to apologize. Not saying you did something wrong, I'm just saying, like, we're probably not going to see them again regardless. I haven't noticed any repeat offenses from the bots trying to get me to pay for viewers. Like that was ever a good idea. Is there a wrong way to eat a Reese's? Huh. I guess not finishing it, honestly. I don't like Reese's, but not finishing it would be the wrong way to eat it. I mean, they'll just make new accounts, right? They'll just keep making new accounts that sound very human. And that's gonna suck. But I've caught on to their tactics, so they can't really comment and ruin stuff for me. I know you're very human. Your comments basically proved it. A Reese's is... It's a candy that's peanut butter surrounded by chocolate. Yeah, I know what they usually say, so if they type in that prompt, they get timed out for a second. And the message gets removed. Actually, I just don't think Zero has Reese's in their country. I'm surprised, though. I thought they would be everywhere. I don't know if Reese's is good. I don't think they're good, but I also didn't grow up eating them, so it might be an acquired taste thing. I don't know. The only form of peanuts I like is when they're salted and raw. Which is weird. And the crunchier the better. Choose the right pictures to prove you're not a robot. True! CAPTCHA is just hilarious. And then there's the ones where you have to, like, select all the images that are a crosswalk, but it's, like, one huge image, and you have to pick, is, like, if 1% of the picture is a crosswalk, do you pick it? Dalton or I got something like that for you. Ah. That's a nuts joke for the day. I has been bamboozled. How can you say that with a straight face? I'm guessing that's not to me, so... Good question. Finger looking good implies the existence of toe-sucking evil. That is a really good movie prompt, honestly. Imagine that as the plot of a movie. No, wait. It's a horror parody of a Colonel Sanders mystery where he's the good guy and his nemesis is his slogan is toe-sucking evil. But he doesn't sell fried chicken. He sells, like, corporate stuff. His nemesis is basically Walmart. A toe vampire. Ancula, if you will. I want to suck your nails. Ah, ah, ah. I feel like I'm missing some spots. Yeah, right. Imagine you're screaming for your life and you hear that, and then all of the tension in the air, all of the fear in your eyes. I can just stand here and not do anything. All of it just fades. And then you're left with just confusion because you're like, how do I respond to this? That would be me. I would just be too confused to be scared. Thanks for the mental imagery. I do not need to sleep tonight. Totally. I mean, unless you're into that kind of stuff, then basically you're doing, what's it called? You're basically writing erotica at that point. I mean, they probably exist. The overwhelming majority of them have a neck fetish. Can you really say it's, like, out of left field? I mean, heck, Larian Studios made a gay vampire. Gotta be inclusive about the kinks as well as the preferences, you know? Now, one thing I want to see is a trans vampire who needs to drain enough blood so they can change genders. Now, that would be pretty cool. And a movie plot, too. I mean, I put food in my mouth, so maybe. I don't know. Have you seen fresh mozzarella on a pizza? And they just pull it, and that thing is just, it leaves behind a string trail. And it looks like they put glue in it, but they didn't, and it's just fresh mozzarella being baked. You can't look at that and not tell me that that is the most amazing thing ever. I have 2 fruits you could put in your mouth. Oh, jeez. Really hope it's kiwi and pineapple. Because I feel like I haven't had those in a bit. A newborn baby is roughly 21,000 calories. How do you know this? I mean, that sounds accurate, but... And yes, it does depend on the weight. Weight determines everything. I'm pretty sure when I was born, I was more than that. I was a fat baby. Also, coconuts are pretty good. I don't like the texture of coconuts, but I like the taste. It's actually a bell curve. If you're too fat as a baby, you have a lower chance of surviving. Because, you know, you're just the infant form of the Michelin Man. Except you can't sell tires, you can just sell your mom not getting any sleep at night. All you want to do is consume. Like some sort of world-ending baby creature. I feel like long pork is just what you get from the store. Long pork is just bacon. No, wait, that's just pork chips. That is the potato chips of pork. That's bacon. I've solved the mystery. We can all go home. Coconut water on a hot day is pretty good. I feel like that's pretty healthy, actually. Better than soda. Open soda. What would the difference between literal baby back ribs and real baby back ribs be? Or would they be synonymous? Now there's a curveball you weren't expecting. I could always just hit Shrek with a spell to restore him back to his previous form, right at the most opportune moment. Please don't do that. But then in a public space, this might not reflect well on me. Yeah, exactly. You dum-dum! Yeah. No, there must be a better idea. And she screwed off. Okay, what's going on? I never had bacon. It's very salty pork. I'm starting to wonder if it's an American thing, honestly. But it's definitely worth trying if you haven't before. And if your religion allows it, of course. I know some don't. No, it's humans in regards to the baby back rib. Ah. You should play Soda Drinker Pro. Is that a game? I know there's a mobile game called Soda Dungeon. I don't know what Soda Drinker Pro would be about. Sounds funny. I think I got a parkour to get over there. Long pork is humans. We taste like pork. Oh! I think I read about that. Or I saw a video, someone was trying to replicate the taste of humans. So they took a sample of their leg, like leg muscle, and burned it in like a chamber to get the proteins. And then they recreated it from different animals. And it was like pork, beef, and lamb. Getting over it. I'll have to look that game up. I feel like I heard about that once. There is bacon here. I'm just too much of a picky eater. Oh. I mean, if you don't cook it right, it's kind of gross, but as long as you're careful, you can't mess it up. The game about drinking soda. So I'm looking this up. Soda. Drinker. Huh. That is a game. What is this game? It's like PlayStation 1 rendered drinking soda in different places. I like how it's recommended that you have 8 megabytes of RAM. I can run this on a potato. People make games about anything. To be fair, I did stream a game about digging a hole. One of my viewers, Maya, was making jokes about it. And it was funny. Oh, it's the rage game of the guy in the cauldron. I've seen that. I feel like if I just wanted to get angry, I would just play Sekiro. Though I might play Dark Souls 1 first. On stream. First full playthrough. I've seen bits and parts, but never actually played it all the way through. And yes, I have played Squirrel with a Gun. And the game is honestly amazing. Like, the game needs to be a little bit longer. And it's definitely fun if you're a fan of third-person shooters and platformers. But it's also pretty short. And I've never been a platforming fan. Now, third-person shooters is a different story. I mean, I play Resident Evil, right? And I plan to play 5 as soon as we're done with PowerWash Simulator. So that's one genre I can definitely get into. keep doing over and over. Yeah. I recently played Another Crab's Treasure. What kind of game is that? Do you want to play 5 together? After my first playthrough on stream, I'll probably do play it for fun, like outside of content. So we can definitely do it then. But first time I want to get my spoops on and you can all watch me scream like a girl. So that'd be fun. The Souls like that was made by the people who made Peak. Oh. Wait! I think I've seen that. I think I've seen that a while ago. And I wanted to try it. I might stream that actually. Could be fun. Is the game long? You talking about Crab Souls? Yes, I just renamed the game. Don't at me. If you're talking about Resident Evil 5, don't know, I haven't played it. Oh yeah. I feel like it can't be that long, right? Pain, they are calling for you! Speak to us! We are awaiting your answer. I mean, here's the thing, right? I look younger than I actually am. I'm pretty sure I'm a vampire. Oh my god, like the anime girl. Facts. That soundtrack is that, that voice clip is a mood. I appreciate the faith. Hello, how are you? Fine, thank you. Why are you talking about your conversations in the chat? We've already established the conversation starter. So, yeah. You don't have to restart the conversation from the beginning. Huh? I am a little confused. I'm only like halfway through it. Pain is alive! Sound the bell! Gondor does not call for aid. I was quoting the giant yellow cat from the Oh My God. Okay, yeah, I have no idea what that is in reference to, but yeah. Might be a reference I don't get, Oh yeah, send me the video. I want to be in on this joke. If you're epi, then you can just go get some eps. You don't have to hang around and wait for me to finish the potion place. It is okay. Right now I'm playing Minecraft while watching you. Well, that's fun. I used to be really good at Minecraft's potion making. And then I started college and forgot all the recipes. I'd blame the woke mind virus, but I'm pretty sure that's just called getting a degree and getting educated. Well, if you like my company, then you can stay. Or you can watch me while going getting some Z's. Getting some sleeps and just slowly nodding off to the sound of water. And hopefully you don't wet yourself. Oh, thank you. I will check it out eventually. Well, I dream of a goober. I don't know. I can't tell what you're gonna dream of. You could have a dream that you're back in school. Like high school or something when you had to like wear a uniform or there was some form of a dress code. At least for me there was. But hey, if I enter your dreams, then I'm sorry for whatever I do. I hope it's nothing bad. I feel like all schools have a dress code. Stupid object in the way. When did it get there? Who said this object could be here? This Centrifuge rotor shaft. Go back to dead space. What could I do that's bad? I could take your fruit salad and eat it right in your face. Yeah, that's horrible. I mean, the potion carousel's on top, but yeah. Not the fruit salad. I am... If you give me a fruit salad, I will devour it. Fruits are just peak food. They're moist, they're nutritious, they're a great source of vitamins. And great torment if you're trying to tell people that that they did a no good. Just eat their fruit salad. Strawberries are pretty good. I like grapes, kiwi. I like honeydew, which is weird. Cantaloupe, grapes. I think I said that already. Pineapple, apples. I like pears. Pears are amazing. Oh yeah, tangerines. Tangerines are pretty good. If you've ever had mandarin oranges, those are also really good. Wonder why they're called that, though. I mean, they're called mandarin oranges, but I've never heard them speak Chinese to me, so that's weird. God, I love cleaning off big, long, hard, round objects, huh? There's my joke that's gonna get me banned from Twitch someday. You're welcome. Did you know that seedless tangerines come from a single tree from a church in Brazil? They got cloned into oblivion. That's actually very interesting. I did not know that, and that church probably deserves to survive. If there's ever a religion apocalypse, that deserves to survive for that one fact. Selective breeding for the win. Also, if you say that those objects are your pots and pans, I'm gonna have to decline. I don't have enough dish soap in the world to clean off some people's pots and pans. I've seen the stuff that gets caked on there. And no, it does not add flavor. Well, that mutation is very much appreciated. Imagine being the one, like, orange tree in the area that's sterile and everyone wants to make you reproduce. Irony at its core. Oh yeah, some people don't fully clean their pots and pans or, like, cast iron because they're trying to create a culture so that it adds flavor. And I don't know how much of it makes sense and how much of it doesn't. I mean, I guess it depends, right? I haven't done the research into seeing if that actually holds value or if it's just, like, gross. I need to look it up. Do research and all that. Till then, I can't just diss it off the bat. Oh yeah, what are you, the Kool-Aid man? Oh, nice, you got your visa renewed. That's awesome. Good for you. Happy you did that. You accomplished stuff you had to get done. Always commendable. I mean, that whole process that you got it done and all that is pretty cool, so if anyone argues against it, I'm just gonna be like, you know what? You're just jelly. So I'm gonna put you on toast. And add some butter. I guess in other countries it would be jam, huh? The water comes from the tree of life, but the tree of life comes from the water. But if the water comes from the tree of life, how does the tree of life come from the water? Is this like a chicken or the egg question? What in the Leviticus chapter 20 is going on here? I am not reading the Bible to find out which passage you got that from. Do you know how big that book is? There's also a joke here that you can make. I'm not gonna make it. Don't post it in the chat, but there are some dirty jokes even I won't make. I am not posting it. I'm just gonna tell you later. The Tree Bible. What is that, like Mahogany Chapter 5? And then he said upon David, I will give you my morning wood. And it was so. Broccoli Chapter 7. Yeah, why does broccoli look like trees? Have we ever figured that out as a species? Or are we just like, oh, look, it's a very edible and nutritious version of a bonsai tree. Yum. Also, who saw these tiny trees and thought, I'm gonna eat those? The big versions, not so much. The small versions, totally. Yeah, it probably is a metaphor. Not a re-fantasio, though. The Bible is just metaphor city, honestly. But, like, every part's different, so it's like you don't know what you're gonna read until you get into it. It's like you got Genesis, which is, it's like trying to understand history and science, but not actually knowing history and science. And there's Revelations, which is like what happens when you're high. Apparently, I don't know. And then there's parts that's just like complete, just dirty writing, just very descriptive. Like, I'm sure some people have gotten off to Ezekiel. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh yeah, if there are some stories in there that is just like, bro, these descriptions. The descriptions of these guys that she's crushing over, like, how did this get past publication? It's just how people are described. But it is insane. Also a prehistoric engine. I could wait for this thing to move around like a rotisserie chicken, but we'd be here for 10 minutes just cleaning the shaft. Huh. Fine. I could clean it with the moving around, but it is going to take a little bit too long for me. I'll just do that with up here. Like so. Work smarter, not harder. It depends how much I can get done with the spinning. If it's not that much, I'm just gonna like do it manually. If I can get a lot done by standing here and just watching water gun go burr, I will. Also depends if I feel like actually walking around to clean the stuff, or if I just want to stand in one place and be like, lol. Cleaning gun go burr. What about cleaning the floating barrels of bonktastic proportions is it infesting? I don't think I said that right, but I don't care at this point. Hop, 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 hop. Hey, we're all weird. We're all a little bit funny. A little bit silly. Might as well clean this off while we're at it. Heck is stuff. Just potion. Just potion. How this past OSHA. It's like the Dorito workers getting cheese all over themselves. They go home and then they have to somehow drive home safely after getting high off Dorito dust. Apparently goober is an insult to some people. I think it's funny. I guess it's like how some cultures consider wanker to be like fighting words, and others are like, that's a common thing to call people. think it's a funny word. We do like a potion by the ocean, seeing the motion. I don't think there's another word that rhymes with those. He covered them all. Pack it up, everyone. Zero found out how to rhyme all the words. Eminem's gonna have to give it up. He's a rap god. I mean, I think it's a funny word. Alright, now for the part where I don't do anything for a bit. I lied, I still have to move the mouse around because barrels are getting in the way. PewDiePie might have been on about something. What the heck are the barrels for, anyway? We'll get back to that. I forgot about the vat. But we'll get back around to it. Why is there a spout at the top? Or no, this is supposed to spin around, isn't it? It's upside down now, technically. Are you saying that the barrels are supposed to be the weights to the centrifuge? Because their top's open. They could leak out their weights. Wait, yeah, potions are a medieval version of medicine. This is just a pharmacy. We're literally just in CVS. For my American people. For those of you not in the know, in America, CVS is one of the most popular branches of pharmacies. They also carry food, over-the-counter medicine, sometimes foot inserts, and other stuff like Band-Aids. Oh, you think we have a good healthcare system? I wouldn't count on it. It's great if you got money. Now, if you don't have money or you're poor, good luck. Yeah, basically. There's not a lot of insurance companies, and the ones that are, they're like, oh, we're going to charge you a lot of money for your care. And then you're still going to have to pay even when you have our plan. I'm getting a lot of random people sending me invites on Discord. They might be bots. If you don't know them or they're not part of a mutual server, I would say just delete them. I know a friend of mine got hacked, and ended up having to, like, tell people that he wasn't trying to get them to sign up for some sort of Bitcoin, fraud thing. I need to seize the initiative. I'll get Harold to slip Fiona a love potion. It's not as if the dottery old fool doesn't owe me one. Harold? Then I'll let my wonderful son do what he knows. Do what he does best. Charming by name. Oh yeah, Prince Charming is, the fairy godmother's son, isn't he? I forgot about that. You're talking about the medieval healthcare system. I have no clue. The universal one only covers 2 lectures a year. Did you mean lectures or do you mean leeches? Because I forget what lectures meant. Pretty sure it's a word. Oh yeah, leeches is spelled with 2 E's, no A's. Yeah, the sucky worm. Pretty sure they're spelled leeches. Like with 2 E's. Let me double check actually. Where's Chrome? Boop. Leeches. Yep. 2 E's. L-E-E-C-H. Blah, 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 blah. Well, they would just be leeches. Leechers wouldn't be a word. Clean. Oh, you mean the plural? It'd be leeches. L-E-E-C-H-E-S. Yeah, sometimes you have to add an ES at the end. Sometimes you don't. You kind of have to see the word a few times before you know which ones are which. I think there's a rule about it that makes it easier, but when you're native, you just kind of pick up on stuff. Time to get back up there. Those can't be my footprints, can they? Well, that was quick. Alright. hell? Oh no, I remembered. I just hope I get to remember when I actually get to around to telling you. Can I not fall down? Hey guys, I found out how to float here. Either that or my character is absurdly tall and I thought that I was floating. Deliciousness. How tall are you? I'll make that public, actually, if I hit affiliate. But for now, all I'm gonna say is between 5 feet and 6 feet tall. In metric, I think that's like between 160 and 182 centimeters, something like that. I'm not that short. I'm like average height, maybe a little bit taller. Yeah, basically is half of humanity. I'm not like outside of the weird zone, it's just normal. Hey, for dwarves, that's pretty tall. And I do like to rock and stone. Oh yeah, and deep rock, definitely. Thoughts about how you groom it too. And you gotta make sure that you stir the goo gun so that you have the right viscosity. I gotta play deep rock on stream again at some point. There's gotta be an efficient way of doing this. Maybe if I get it at an angle. Oh, so in Deep Rock Galactic, there is a sludge cannon, and I call it the Coom gun. And you basically shoot goo that is very sticky at the bugs. No, I call it the Coom cannon. To be fair, it's a very powerful weapon. Damage over time. It's like those enemies. You get a lot of ammo. Pretty good gun. I just wish they gave him something that was less elemental and more projectile based. Oh, please, I always stay hydrated. You got a very bad thing. I'm hydrated all the time. Why did I sound like a drunk baby? There's actually an overclock on the Coom cannon for longer projectiles. So yeah, the devs already thought of that. I mean, I'm memeing that gun as just like an innuendo, but it kind of is too, so... I don't know what you want me to tell you. Well, this is oddly satisfying. This is relaxing, actually. Do I like waterfalls? I think they're pretty relaxing. So yeah, I do. There's a lot of things in nature that I like. I don't like when animals kill each other, though, because that's sad. But most of the things in nature I do like. Just so pretty, you know? Yeah, no kidding. Death is never fun. Like, I wanted to see the cute little bunnies just live their lives out as Mr. and Mrs. Bunny. I didn't want to see them get eaten by a lion. But, you know, what are you gonna do? Can't make everything squeaky clean. Yeah, right. For real, that is how it is. Just, on God. I fell. Okay, cleaning the rest of this is actually going to be a bit of a chore. So I can't just stand here and let the rotations clean itself. Oh God, no cap, for real, for real. Gotta clean this skibbity wheel. Sometimes I wonder if I can inadvertently create new Gen Alpha slang. Then I realize I'm too educated at this point for that. I would just make it worse. I would know how to ruin it. Gas masks required. I'm sure they are. That's a big pipe. Can I climb up this? With enough parkouring, anything can be climbed. Oh yeah! You have a gas mask? What are you, Hunk from Resident Evil? On that topic, is that an acronym or like what? Because I read somewhere that Hunk stood for Human Unit Never Killed. Until you lose in the mercenaries and then he dies. To clean the kitty's bath. Are your cats like actual like weapons of mass destruction? Oh yeah, that would check out actually. I've only played like one game where he's in it, and it says his extra mission where he gets replaced as a block of tofu if you complete it. Yamete. That tofu is so funny. Such a funny little block of tofu. Oh, you have a sensitive nose. Okay. That's fair. I don't have a sensitive nose, but I am sensitive to smells, if that makes sense. Oh, in Resident Evil 2, if you beat the game, you can play like extra missions, and one of them is playing as Hunk, trying to go through the sewers to get to the police station. And if you beat it, you get to replay the mission as a giant piece of tofu with a full heel and a bunch of knives. And he speaks in pure Japanese, and it's funny. I think one of the last VODs for Resident Evil 2 on my YouTube channel has that content. It's pretty funny if you want to look it up. Yeah, you might have seen it. I don't keep track of what you youngins do these days. With your TikToks and your grams of Insta. And your devices that have blue teeth. Boomer Shira. I mean, that is what I was going for, to be fair. I mean, I'm definitely familiar with some of the older technologies in this world, but it's not like I'm out here telling people how to use rotary phones. Even that's too old school for me. I could probably figure it out, though. Oh, I can just stand here. Okay. I mean, they're from a simpler time when technology was less like... It was more mechanical and less electronic, you know? Like a record baby. That singer from the band Dead or Alive who does that song, I love their hair. It's like a lion's mane, but fiercer. Love is for everyone, honestly. Anyone who's willing to embrace it and not try to be an edgy teen and push it away. We all know those people. They say, I don't deserve it, right before transforming into a werewolf and then being creepy online. and thinking that they can wield a katana. Did I have a Nokia? I have not. But I know that the Nokia phone, the one that always gets memed about, is indestructible. I mean, to be fair, though. I feel like everyone's status of what they accept as affection changes as we get older. And our parents can't really... It's hard for them to see that we're changing because we're always their children, right? We're always really young in their eyes. Mm-hmm. But that's why everyone gains a little bit of understanding, hopefully, and you gain some patience. So it does become unbearable. Life is like a box of chocolates. If you don't eat them, you're gonna get moldy. Well, yeah, liver spots are just mold for old people. Yeah, if you think about it. Also, before I cleaned this wheel, when I was just getting the wooden part, and you had some purple on the actual gear, looked kind of cool. This is true. If you eat them, they do get processed into something completely different. That is how the digestive system works, as a matter of fact. I was almost too focused on the conversations at hand to really bring it up, but I did want to mention it at least once. Before I forgot it. Mention the gear looking like a really cool emblem. I wanted to mention that before I forgot it. I can tell you're tired. What's up? What's new? What's good? I don't remember playing quite a bit of Halo on stream. Oh, you mean like my Steam hours? I mean, yeah, Halo is a cult classic. Can't go wrong with it. No, yeah, I haven't played since Reach, I believe. So Halo 4, I've never played before. So a friend of mine had me go through all the missions from the start. So that's what we did. And it was fun. Sure, if I get the time for it. I almost had to cancel stream because I didn't have the time or the energy, but after talking with everyone, I got a little bit more perked up. But we should definitely play that at some point. Yeah, I am very busy. And it's a thing. It's more that the times when I could be doing it and playing, I'm usually doing something else already. The better times are when people are actually like working and stuff. So yeah. It is funny that you mentioned that though, because it does feel like whenever someone wants to do something together, they do have to make an appointment. Because that's just like how little hours in the day I have to do stuff. And honestly, there's a fair amount of it that is spent towards streaming, editing the screen caps for my videos. Doesn't take that long, but I still have to put time into it. I also, for some reason, require a lot of sleep. I don't know why, but I do. I'm hardworking towards finding another job and studying. So I can grow the spongy tissue we call a brain. Which I actually plan to do tomorrow. I don't know how much time I'm going to be able to dedicate to it, but I can dedicate some time to it. What have I been studying? That's a good question. Let me look it up. It's called the System Security Certified Practitioner Exam. I hear it's a little complicated, but I probably got it. I think it's hard. The content's a little confusing, but I think I got a handle on it. Different time zones. But if you have stuff to do, you should really get some sleep. I mean, we're 96% done. As soon as I'm done cleaning this workshop, I'll probably tap out as well. I mean, I only have 8 certifications in IT. It's not uncommon to see someone with like 40. So it's not brag-worthy, it's just some of them are high level. Which, by the way, I got on my first try. I lack the experience that they require before you take them, and I still pass them on the first try. It's like... that is the one thing I will brag about. Because I'm actually kind of proud about that. Thank you. And you have to go to a lot of stores? Oh, that's gonna be fun. You should bring a coffee with you. Give yourself some energy. Talk about how the plumbing is gonna work. Stuff. Make it so the pipes don't look like this. And stuff. You sprained your ankle last week? That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. How is it now? I wouldn't know because I don't think I've ever sprained my ankle, but... that sounds annoying. Okay, so it's way better. A week does a lot of healing then. You might just need to get some rest for another couple weeks. If it hurts, put some ice on it and all that. Hey, someone's gotta remind you to take care of yourself. Too many times we forget that if we don't take care of ourselves mentally and physically, we're not going to be able to help others. That's why airplanes say you gotta put the mask on yourself before you can put it on others. Stopping the centrifuge for a second here. I try to be nice, but like, it's just stuff that comes naturally, you know? It's just natural for me to want other people to be okay and not in pain. Like, duh. It's basic empathy, after all. No, you. Yeah, you have to take care of yourself a little bit more. If you don't, you're gonna break and then no one's gonna be able to help you. I used to be in a similar situation where it was just like people kept asking me for help and I kept helping them even when it destroyed me. And eventually I had to realize that no matter how much I help them, they're gonna keep asking for more. And for some people, once I stopped helping them, they stopped talking to me and I realized they were just taking me for all my assistance. So at some point, you gotta learn to just back away and let the disasters be disasters. Yeah, that too, like emotional labor. That's what I mostly mean. And if someone's asking you for financial assistance, it's like, have you seen the world economy? Oh. That's when I got this one. Taking care of yourself is self-love. But not everyone wants to admit it because some people are just nice. And sometimes you can't play the hero until you're a hero for yourself. The adorable VTuber watches strange places. Yeah, that is pretty accurate for what's going on. What the heck is a mechanical arm handrail? Yeah, plus a lot of things are just difficult to admit, so... If you can be honest with yourself, it's a good start, in my opinion. Potion machine base. Where the heck is this dirty? Okay, then. That really is called growing. Yeah, growing and being a better person is definitely hard because it requires you to be honest with yourself and critical about the things that you need to change, but it is worth it. Because it makes you a better person. And then people actually want to, working hard or hardly working, complete the fairy godmother's potion factory job. And then it's definitely worth it because people will want to be around you more often. Beautiful. Excellent work. Now it's my turn to do some cleaning. There's one large and particularly unsightly green stain that I like to remove once and for all. Right after I've taken Prince Charming to Friar's Fat Boy for his medieval meal. It comes with a toy battle axe, apparently. So your Prince Charming is literally just a kid. Next we have the Dragon's Lair, the abandoned keep with Donkey as our employer. But we're gonna do that next time because I need to get some rest. Gotta get up early and do stuff. And study. Because having money is important, and so is, yeah, work and stuff. Oh yeah, didn't they play that song in the movie? I forgot about that. I only know about Smash Mouth. Somebody once told me the world is gonna run me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. I'll have a good sleepy time. You have a good sleepy time too. And drink water. Take care of yourself. I'll take care of myself too. It was fun. We talked about a lot of stuff. I'll see you next time. Until then. Thank you too. Bye-bye.